Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of 12 days of Christmas lives. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I had to go get my festive hat so that I could be festive with everyone else. All right, I'm going to send this over to my VIP group. If you are not in the VIP group, comment VIP below. We'll get you guys over there. There's going to be lots of awesome things coming up on Black Friday, so it's super cool. Okay, so today we're going to do another out-of-the-box kind of project. We have these awesome Christmas trees, and I love them. I think they're fabulous. Now, you can chalk on these, so don't think that you can't. You absolutely can. We're going to do something a little bit different, okay? We're going to paint these using our chalk paste. And then we're going to pour Epsom salt on it to make it look like snow. I even actually got some that smells like peppermint, so it kind of gives you that holiday feel. So these are super cool. I don't know if you've seen our trees, but they are awesome. They come white. They have a dowel, and then they go into their base. Just like this, and then they sit on your shelf. They are super cool. You absolutely can chalk on these. You can paint these. You can do a whole bunch of things. You can leave them like this if you don't want to put them on their base with their stem or trunk. And we are going to put these guys, their little dowels, in their bases so that we can just paint these. And I know where they gotta go. So these are super cool. You can also paint them. And these are wood. So they are going to be, and they got like a coating on them, okay? So if you're like, oh, I don't like that coating, you can always just kind of wipe it off. They do come like powder coated, basically. I'm just kind of wiping it off a little bit. Now we are going to use our chalk paste. We are going to use our color of the month, which unfortunately is sold out. But I love this blue, and I want my trees to be blue. Now you can paint them in any colors you want. You know we have tons and tons and tons of colors. So it says that I am live. Okay. So we are going to paint these. I actually brought some parchment paper down so that I could, one, be able to catch all of that of the glitter or the Epsom salts, right? So we're just going to paint these. It is going to take a couple coats to get it all on there. I am going to actually try a different method here. Sometimes you just got to go with it, right? So we're going to pull some of this out. Let's pull some of this out. Put it in this tray here. I can close that up and not leave it open. And we are going to spritz this. And yes, you can paint with our glitters. So if you think, oh, you can't paint with chalk glitter paste, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I promise you can. Okay. So that's better. That's a little bit better coating. We're just going to paint this on. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why don't you put it in its base so that it can sit off the ground? And you absolutely can do that as well, if that's how you want to do it. I am going to, we might actually be doing this a little bit different than I normally do. And we might be doing it with a baby wipe because it feels like the coverage isn't happening like I would like it to. So let's do the baby wipe technique and just kind of put it on there. Set this one off to the side. So this is not exactly doing what I need it to do. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to paint on there, but we're probably going to have to do a couple coats because it's not going on super thick. Or we might have to just change and only go over it with the glitter part of the chalk paste. I do have a couple different chalk paste over here on my table that I think would be super cool as well. I'm actually going to put them on their bases here because then I can just move the base and not touch the actual tree. It just makes more sense to do it like that. Now you want to go pretty thick with the paste so it covers. You just want to put it on. It is not adhering, guys. It's driving me a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna just pivot this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint it with a different color. So I'm gonna pull all that off. Sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes you just have to pivot what you planned on doing and go in a different direction. And that's no, you know, it's not a big deal. I have my Lakeshore blue, which I think would be really pretty as well. And then we can go maybe over top of it with the glitter, so you get a little bit of that. But you're also going to be able to get let me get this off of here, the paste to adhere properly if this is dry. I'm trying to get it to go onto its base and it doesn't want to go in. This one might have to be, hold on guys. Let's see if maybe this makes a difference. Yeah, it did. All right, so we're gonna wash this all off. We're just gonna wash it off. Since we're going with blue anyway, I have blue all over my fingers, of course. We're just gonna wash it all off and then we're gonna start over. You guys, see, no such thing as a chalk emergency. We can fix it, we can make it work. So we are going to put these guys in their bases just because I think it'll be easier. Let me grab my paste real quick. It is right here. Okay, we're gonna let these bigger ones dry for a second. Let them sit over here. We'll do the little one first. Okay. We can dry those too by using some of our quick dry tool, using our quick dry tool. All right, let's pull this out. We're gonna need quite a bit of paste because we got a lot of coverage that we need to do. I just stuck the lid right in the paste. Of course I did, why wouldn't I? If you are not making a mess while you're crafting, then it's not working, right? All right. Again, spritz it with a little bit of water. We're gonna mix this water in and we are going to brush this on. It does take a little bit to mix it in. So if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you're watching this on a replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay. And if you are watching this live, say hello so I know that you're here. We're just gonna go and work with this. Let me grab another paintbrush. Let's see. We have this one. Let me go grab one off of my other shelf. Hold on just a second, guys. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going to use one of these that came with one of my other kits. We're just going to paint this on and we're going to get it going here. Much better coverage. Much better. I'm liking that. It looks much better. So we're gonna, I think maybe what I did is I watered that down maybe a little bit too much. And it was just a little bit too thin, but we're working with it. We're making it work. Now, like I said, you can paint the base if you want to. I'm gonna leave the base white. I'm not gonna bother painting that. Now, if your paste starts getting a little thick, all you have to do is spritz it with a little bit of water and it will thin back out, okay? So if you're like, it's getting thick again and I can't get it to spread, you absolutely can spritz it with water. You can spritz your brush with water as well. So there's a couple different little techniques that you can do. I personally like it in the tray myself, but that's just my own personal feelings about it. Okay, so I also need to grab out my Mod Podge because that's what we're going to use to put the Epsom salts on. But I got to wait for this to get all dry and painted and covered. Now, I am a little bit weird about the brush strokes. I don't like to really see them too much. So I try and cover it in one stroke as much as possible. And you can see how cute that has turned out. We're going to dry this. I'm going to move this out of the way here. This tray. I'm going to dump it. I know I'm going to dump it. So let's move that over here. All right. So we're going to dry this. And then we're going to use our Mod Podge. And we are going to cover this. And then we'll put the Epsom salt on with that. I'm just going to keep spinning this around and around and around. Now, like I said, we could change up the colors too. We could do blue, we could do green, and we might do that. We might go with the darker green. We could do red. Depends on your Christmas colors that you choose. I'm kind of, I change mine up. I'm not going to lie. Almost every year I change mine, and then I come back to the ones that I've done in the past, or I give those ones away for that tree. Like each one of my kids has a tree, and each one of them got that group of ornaments that I give with that tree. So that should be pretty good and dry. Now we're going to set that one off to the side. Now let's grab another color off of the wall. Let's see. How about, well, we do have some meadow here. Why don't we do one in meadow? And we can do this one. We'll do this one in meadow. And we'll do this tall one in the blue. So we'll have 2 blue and 1 meadow. Just to kind of give it a little bit of contrast. Because these I'm not probably going to be sitting next to each other. To be honest, they're probably going to be separated. Unless I decide, you know what, no, I'm not going to do meadow and I want to do them all blue, which of course I can do and decide that. It's one of the great things about crafting is you can change it up as you're doing it. I just love this blue. I don't know. There's just something about it that I think it looks super cool. And I think with this Epsom salts, it's going to look really neat. Let's see here. It's starting to get thick. I can feel it thickening up. So I might end up spritzing this. I'm actually going to spritz the tray. Just get a little bit of water in that. Just kind of help spread it around. Now, since this is wood, it is porous. So you might have to go back over it a couple times. And you know what, guys? We have Lakeshore sitting here as well. Maybe we'll do the middle one in the darker blue. Just to give it a little bit of contrast. So we have 2 of the light blue and 1 of the darker blue. I think that would be really cool. Again, you can change it up however you want. It's your design. It's your project. I just wanted to show you guys, just thinking outside of the box. Maybe you're looking at these and thinking, I am not going to be able to chalk on a round surface because I have not chalked enough before. It's not that difficult, I promise. It's not that difficult to chalk on a round surface. But if you feel like, ugh, that's not going to work for me, you can do things like this. You can still use our products, and make a really cool project. And you can even do minis on this to give it a little bit of definition. We have mini transfers, so you don't necessarily have to go all the way around it with a transfer. If you're like, no, that's not going to work for me. You absolutely can do that. So I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to probably have to go grab another brush, obviously, to do the other one with the darker blue. Okay, so we're going to dry this. Again, using the base to kind of spin it around so we can get it all dry. I just want you guys to kind of think outside the box. I like doing projects that maybe are not 100% the way it's supposed to go. You know, just kind of doing something a little bit out of the norm, a little bit different. It doesn't bother me. I actually like that. And that's one of the beautiful things about Couture is that you can take so many different projects and make so many different projects out of it, right? You can take a transfer maybe and use it a million different ways. So that's super, super cool. I just want to make sure that this paste is dry before we go and do the Mod Podge over top of it. You definitely want to make sure your undercoat is going to be dry. I think we're going to go with the darker blue just because I like the blue look. Now, I could always scrape this off and redo it. I could sand it off and redo it because it is wood if I wanted to, just to give it a little bit of a different look. And be like, maybe I don't want it blue anymore. Maybe I want them purple or whatever. You can totally do that as well. Or you can paint them with regular paint and then chalk over top of that. The possibilities are endless. So when do you guys decorate for Christmas? I know a lot of people do it Thanksgiving Day. Some people do it Black Friday. Some people wait till December 1st. I guess it also depends on when you get your Christmas tree. We normally do it Thanksgiving night, but we're kind of doing it in little spurts. We're starting with outside and then working our way inside. It also depends on weather, of course. And here in Kentucky, it's been raining and it's miserable outside. So, okay, that is dry. I'm also going to wash my hands because I have blue all over my hands. I need to go grab another paintbrush and do that. Just a second, guys. I'll be right back. The paintbrushes are just on the other side of my workstation. Find a clean brush, that would be the best, obviously. All right. We're going to use this one. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull out the color on a tray. Let me grab a tray. And we're going to pull out some of this Lakeshore. Or this is Colonial. I'm sorry, it's a darker blue. Lakeshore was the one that we just did. And this is what I love too, is that you can paint with our paste. That I think is just super cool. And I have done this a lot over the years. When I first started, I didn't even know that you could paint with the paste. And then someone told me and I was like, game changer. 100%. Especially if you want to get those packets and you just want to do a project with the packet. You absolutely can do that. Need a little bit more water. The packets would fill one of these trays for sure. There's a lot in those packets. But you don't have to pull it all out of there either. Just think about that. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out that middle tree. And we are going to paint the darker blue on it. Start at the top. That's just how I like to do it. I like to have the brush strokes all going in one direction. I know it might sound weird, but that's just, I don't like to see like spots. And I can tell it's already starting to get that way, but I just go back over top of it. It's no big deal. And obviously, the more I'm going over top of it, the more I'm going to pull that paste down. I'm trying to get all the way down to the bottom. Now, you can always just kind of go like this and cover all that up and then just go and do that. Or however you want to paint it. You can also let little kids do this because this is non-toxic. So if you have littles and they love to help you craft or they want to create something, these projects are super fun for them as well. I'm noticing this one's pretty porous. So I'm just gonna try and fill in these spots with the brush and then go back over top so it's even. All right, that looks pretty good. And that's just a little bit darker. You can tell the difference from that one to this one. See the difference in the blues. That one's still got a little bit of drying to do. Pulling my ring off my finger. I don't want to do that. All right, let's dry this. And of course, you know, you can clean up all that paste tray and reuse the paste tray. And while I was over there, I should have grabbed another paintbrush so that I could do the Mod Podge. Don't know what I was thinking there. I'm all over the place tonight. It's the day before Thanksgiving, so my mind is like everywhere else, right? How you're like, oh, I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this. But this helps me relax, so that's another reason why I love talking. It's so much fun and relaxing. Even when you mess up, you can totally fix it. It's never just a one and done type of thing. All right, so we're going to start with the littlest one because this one is the one that we started with first. Let's set this off to the side here. I'm looking to see if I have a paintbrush on my desk, and I might. I just noticed I had a brush. Well, I do have a brush right here. I can use this one. All right, so I'm going to pull out my, what Mod Podge do I want? Let's do, I have a glossy one. We could do the glossy one. We'll do that one. So pulling this out, apparently I've never even opened this one before. Would have thought that I would have had it open, but apparently I did not. All right, so I'm going to mix this up, guys, because I thought this one was already open. It wasn't. Now, you could use glue as well if you want to, or you can put it on when the paste is wet. It's up to you. Let's open up our Epsom salt so that it's just an easy transition. I just got these from the regular store, guys. I didn't get these from anywhere. And the spearmint smell is amazing because it's kind of, I don't know, it just reminds me of, it's the peppermint smell. It just reminds me of Christmas. So that's super cool as well. Now, painting this on, Obviously, you're going to see it's going to leave a mess, but that's the point, right? Make the messes, guys, because that's when the fun begins. There's no such thing as a clean craft room unless you just put everything in it. I like things being clean as well, don't get me wrong, but this room gets so messy. So you're just going to take the Epsom salts and you're just going to sprinkle them on, kind of putting it on, making it look like snow, and you can do it a couple different ways. So we're just going to stick this. Now you can do it like this, so you can get it on there. Obviously, you can hear it hitting the table. So you can get it kind of covered. And when it dries, it's going to look like snow, which is super cool. And it's going to catch the light. I just love this. This idea was super cool. And I'm in love with that. Look how cool that looks. Super awesome, right? Now you can put more or less on there depending on how you want to do it. Of course, you want it really flocked or frocked, or I think is it called flocked? You know what I mean. Flocking. You can really put some on there. Okay. And I think we got a good amount on there. Now I'm going to let that sit and dry, and then they will be super cool when they're done. I just don't want to get my hands in the Mod Podge there. Okay, so this mess is going to be a lot easier to clean up because it's all on this parchment paper. So I can absolutely use this part for our big tree, right? So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go over top of it. And I just stuck my finger. Okay, I didn't. Okay. I thought I stuck my finger in it, but I didn't. We're just going to goop this on. That's a crafting term. Right? Just goop it. Goop it on. You know, but you, like I said, you just got to have some fun with it. It's a fun time. That's what I love about this, too, is that you can just close yourself in a room, craft for a while, and just have fun. Lots of fun. All right, now we got all of the Mod Podge on here. And we're going to tip the tree just ever so slightly, just so that I can kind of get it on there a little bit more even. And kind of just sprinkle it in. Of course, I'm going to get up here at the top. Like I said, you guys are going to have lots and lots of fun with this. And you're going to make a mess, but it's going to be fun. I'll grab some out of here. I just dropped a huge chunk. I don't know why I did that, but all right. Now we're going to flip it around this way. And we're going to go. There's some that just didn't get in here, and I'm kind of moving around a little bit with my fingers. Yeah, just like that. And look how cool that looks. Super awesome, guys. I'm loving the technique. I'm loving the way it's turning out. I think that is super cool. Right? Just gives it a little bit of something different. And then when people say, well, where'd you get your cute little trees? You can say, I made those. I made them with Couture product, and they turned out super cute. these are expensive in the store. I don't know if anybody has seen them, but I saw some and I was like, wow, those can be really expensive. These aren't too bad. Really, they're not. And as a club member, you get special shipping on these. You could also do this technique with our bottle brush tree cutouts. They just obviously would go, they're not 3D, they're, but you can absolutely do that as well with them, which would be super cool. I'm just trying to get that all over. Like I said, you got to goop it on. You got to get it in there. Goop it, goop it, goop it. And you can still see that color underneath, which is super awesome. I'm going to close up the Mod Podge and wash my hand because I have it all over me. But before this dries, we want to get more of this on here. So we're just going to keep doing it. I love this. I think it's super cool. And like I said, it smells, this one smells like peppermint. So it's already got kind of like a Christmassy vibe going. But these could actually stay up all year long if you have like that kind of theme. If you don't want to maybe put the Epsom salt on it and you just want it painted, you absolutely could do that as well. And make it so that they can stay up all year. I'm just in love with this cute little technique. It really does smell like peppermint, guys. I swear, I think my sinuses are all open now. Okay, so that one turned out really cute too. How awesome. And we're going to clean up our mess real quick, and then I will bring them over here and you guys can see what these guys are going to look like. Let me I'm trying to clean up my mess. All right, we have the Epsom salts mostly. Since I'm using these for crafts, I could absolutely pour that back into the bag, but I'm not going to do that only because I have a lot still in this bag to do, so we'll be okay. But we are going to clean up the ones that did not get on the bag or in the bag or on that paper. I'm just going to clean this all up. I know I'm going to have to vacuum in here. Let's grab a baby wipe just to kind of get that all cleaned up. And now we have our flat Christmas trees. And then our little guy right there. How cute are those, right? How cool did those turn out? I love them. I think it's super cool. And I want to thank you all for watching. I know it's been a bit because we had to pivot and change it up, but guess what? That's the whole fun, right? So you guys have a fabulous night. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. There will be a video posting tomorrow. So if you're around and you just want to kind of pop in and check it out, it will be here on the page. And you guys, I will see you all here Friday for Black Friday deals and some more goodies over on the VIP page. So just if you're not in the VIP group, you're going to want to be. All right, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.